All right, we just gonna hop straight into it, man. In an hour and 30 minutes, I'll be 32 years old and I make a six-figure income. That's crazy to me. That's so crazy to say. Shit. Shit changed in like a year, dog. Like a little less than a year. My life has done a complete 180, right? It's so wild. I don't even know how we got here, bro. But we gonna kick it, man. My name is Jeffrey. I go by my middle name, Andwan. I make content based on men's mental health, being career driven, fitness and well-being, and just overall empowerment. Really for the betterment of everyone's mental health, really. If you find value in my content, I love that, and I wish you nothing but the best, you know? For the people who know me, y'all know within the last year, I've lost 85 pounds. I was 320 pounds. I decided to change my life because I just felt like I wasn't giving myself the best chance. I wasn't being who I wanted to be, and I did not like who I saw in the mirror. I didn't like the efforts of the guy that I was. And I just didn't think that I was doing things. I wasn't who I wanted to be. I just wasn't who I wanted to be. Simple, right? Like, even though I documented everything on Instagram, I made a quick list of things that I did to get from point A to point B, right? To where I am today. So the first thing I did was I took a year off from chasing my dream. One of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, probably the best decision that I've ever made, was taking a year off of music. Making music, recording music, dropping an album, performing. Music is my passion. Being a creative is my passion. It was very, very hard for me to step away from that for a bit, but I knew that music, not only was it my dream, it was a huge distraction for me. I took some time away and I wanted to focus on other things that I felt like I was lacking on. What that did was, A, it gave me the opportunity to focus on my health and wellness. B, it gave me an opportunity to focus on my financial stability. C, it gave me the opportunity to focus on my spiritual health. D, it gave me the opportunity to focus on my family. Second thing I did, I literally cut off all my distractions. Certain friendships, certain habits, certain hobbies, just, you know, anything that pulled me away from being as locked in as I could. Because in my mind, the way I figured it was that sometimes it doesn't take a long time for you to have progress. Sometimes it just takes maximum effort for even a short amount of time, right? And I didn't want to have minimal results. Like, I wanted my results to be as high as possible. And damn it, did it work, bro? Like, it really worked. I didn't game as much. I didn't go out and hang with a bunch of friends. Like, I got, when I went to work, I just locked in, man. Like, I wanted to be the best. I actually put effort into my 9 to 5 at the time, right? So for those of you that don't know, I actually lost my job last year as well. So in the middle of me focusing on, you know, cutting off my distractions, I actually lost my damn job, which was a huge blow to, you know, this journey of becoming the person that I wanted to be, right? But we'll get to that in a second. Number 3, I focused on my fitness. So whether you want to believe it or not, man, social currency is a real thing, right? The way that you look, the way that you present yourself when you walk into a room, it is a real thing. You know what I mean? So I knew that I had to focus on my fitness, not only for, you know, my well-being in general, but I wanted to look the part. Like, I wanted to be successful. So I wanted to look like somebody who was able to do something difficult without quitting. You know what I mean? So I ended up training for a marathon. And yeah, I went from being a couch potato to training for a marathon. It took me 6 months. I lost majority of my weight outside of a gym while I was training for that marathon. Actually completed that marathon. That's my medal right over there. And yeah, it changed my freaking life, man. It really made me feel like that I actually was able to accomplish something. You know, if I put maximum effort into it, even if it's difficult, even if I don't give up, no matter if I feel like doing it or not, no matter if I'm tired, no matter if I'm missing out on other activities, if I want something, I can go grab it. Completing that marathon is what set me to the next level in all facets of my life. That's the thing that did it. That's what got me to where I am now. And I promise that it all ties in, right? Number 4, I started setting deadlines. I started making goals, whether or not I knew they were realistic or not, but I started setting deadlines for those goals. I started setting deadlines for how many pounds I wanted to lose in a certain amount of time, how many miles I wanted to run in a certain amount of time, how much work I wanted to get done at my job in a certain amount of time, keeping myself accountable. Training for that marathon, I knew that I had 6 months. Like I signed up for it, I paid for it. I knew that I'm either gonna waste this money that I barely had, or I was gonna do what I said I was gonna do and accomplish it, because I had a deadline, right? I had time to train, and I had a deadline that I needed to be physically fit in order to achieve it, right? And last of all, I made a pivot. I made a necessary pivot when the time was right. So I live in Austin, Texas. It's a really big tech city. There's a lot of different tech companies in this city. For a long time, I was working at a very popular social media corporation. And I worked there for about 8 years, and I never really felt like I was able to quite advance the way that I wanted to advance. Which, in my mind at the time, I have a dream that I'm trying to chase, so I didn't really care too much about advancing. Once I made the necessary pivot to focus more on being career driven, I had to know when the time was right to let that place go so I can grow somewhere else that may actually appreciate what I have to offer. And that's exactly what happened. I'll be honest, if I never took the time to work on, cutting my distractions, focusing on my fitness, focusing on my spiritual health, doing a lot of praying, getting my finances right, knowing how to budget and, restrict myself, not, fall into, instant gratification and, give myself a limit, I wouldn't have been ready for this opportunity when it came. So it was perfect. It lined up perfectly with the person I was becoming, because if I would have gotten this opportunity before I became this person, I may have fumbled it. I may have failed this opportunity because I wasn't ready. Like, that person I was before was not ready. He was not ready to take on a big task and have the responsibilities that I currently have today. Today, some of the accomplishment that I've accumulated at work and in my career, like, I don't even realize that it's me doing these things, because it doesn't seem like it's me. It doesn't feel like it's me, because I'm not used to winning. I'm not used to having accolades. I'm not used to being on time. I'm not used to being the one, to get things done when they need to be done, to meet my deadlines, to, ace a project, nail a deal. But it's me. Maybe it hasn't really sat in yet. But maybe I'm doing this video because I'm reflecting back on just, everything that I've, changed about myself in year 31. But wow, man. There's a power in figuring this shit out. There's power in figuring this shit out, man. And I'm telling you, bro, coming out on top, being in the best shape of my life, having a relationship people would pray for, having financial freedom, having a relationship with God that I dreamed about, wanting to have this relationship with God, watching it play out. It's my testimony, I guess, bro. All it takes is less than a year. Give yourself 6 months. Give yourself 6 months. Watch how your life change. Watch how your life changes in 6 months if you really lock in. If you really cut your distractions, shift, make a pivot, and really lock in, bro. I swear to God, I'm living proof, bro. I'm living proof, bro. I swear to God, no cap in my fucking rap. I swear, bro. Living proof, bro. If you shift your focus, pray, go really hard at your job, learn as much as you can, pivot if need be. We'll go to a different location. Go to a place where reach for the stars, bro. Go to a place where that you can make an impact. And watch what happens, bro. If you like this video, you don't really have to physically like it. I just want you to store it somewhere. Store it somewhere. That way you can come back and watch it again if you need it. I'm here for you. We in this shit together, bro. We in this together. I appreciate you. This is kind of a different type of video, but I don't know, man. People on Instagram, they see this type of shit all the time, but YouTube, I don't know. But I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in my next one.